Hey guys, it's Hannah, back here with another tutorial. This time we're going to be learning how to use the drug mod. This mod is a little bit more R-rated, so if you don't want your Sims to be doing, buying, or selling drugs, I would suggest not watching this tutorial, because it's pointless, obviously. But if you are interested, then come along with the ride, because we're going to teach you how to make your Sim a junkie. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download it. So to do that, we need to get to the website, and it is called Basemental Drugs. We'll go with Sims 4, just in case they actually want to, Sims 3, in case they actually want to sell me drugs and I don't want to buy them. So here's the website. You go to the download link. They do have a tutorial on the website itself, but if you're better with verbal and being showed what to do than you are to being told what to do, then that's why I'm making this, so you understand how you do this. Anyway, this is the download page. This is the website. I will link this in the description, so if you're like, wait, I don't remember what it was called, don't worry, it's right in the description. No problem. Anyway, we click on the download link. It goes up. You unzip it, meaning that you open it with your zip folder. I like to drag and drop it directly into my mods folder. You don't have to do that, but that's what I like to do. Another thing that I like to do is I like to make a new folder for each major drug that is going, or major mod that's going to be in my game. So we'll dub it drugs. Now what you want is both the script and the package. If you do not have both, it will not work. You need them both to be able to make your Sims junkies. Anyway, click on that, and now we'll load up the game, and I'll show you how it works. As you can see, the drug mod has successfully been put into the game. Here is the custom content of the actual drugs, and here is the ability to actually use them, which is the script mod. The custom content and script mods are completely different, as custom content are usually objects or some sort of thing that you can have or use to put on your sim, while a script mod is something that fundamentally changes the rules of the game. It makes it easier to cheat, or it makes it easier to do something. It changes some sort of core value of the game. So we're going to check mark that. So another thing you want to do is that you want to go into your games options, and you want to make sure that your custom content and script mods are allowed, because if you don't have those enabled, these two check marks here, then your mods will not work. You have to make sure that these two are checked, because a lot of the times a lot of people think, oh well, you know, drugs mod's no different than custom content, right? Because most of the time the game starts up with just this checked. You have to really go in there and make sure that both of them are, because if you don't have your script mods checked, you ain't gonna get the cool stuff that you want to download. So that's applied and being used. We will now go into the game and check out the mod. So here are my Sims. These are the pictured Sims on top of my Sim group. I'm going to have them each be a separate thing. He is going to be a drug addict, and I'm going to make her a drug dealer. Sorry, Ashley, but I had to do it to you. Anyway, I'm going to... Okay, so the first thing I gotta do to make him a drug addict is I have to make a random NPC a drug dealer, because you can't have the Sim in your household sell drugs to the Sim in your household, because it'll be kind of chaotic with the money, and it won't work properly. Like it'll just kind of glitch out, and so they got rid of that feature a long time ago. So it's not allowed. So you go down here, or anywhere really, and just select a random Sim. I'm going to select him, and we're going to make him a drug dealer. Alright, now that we see him, we can just erase one of these. Let's get rid of him. And we add drug dealer. This is only for NPCs. It says, assign this trait to your local neighborhood NPC drug dealer. Do not put this trait on a Sim you intend to play as. This is only intended to put on the Sim you want to buy drugs from. You cannot sell drugs with a Sim with this trait. So this will not work if you're in your household. You don't need this trait for your household Sim. So this is our now drug dealer. We get him to be friendly with my sim, because that's what you have to do. You have to kind of know the guy before he's like, yeah, you're cool. Want some drugs? So, so I'm gonna get my guy to go all the way down to the party. Did he disappear? No, he's over here. Okay, good. So I'm gonna make him teleport down here. And don't walk away from me. Friendly introduction. Come on. So he's gonna friendly introduce himself to the drug dealer.
Circuit Blues.
How you doing? I'm really sad. You got any cocaine?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, we go into Basemental Drugs, and there we go. There's the options. You have to introduce yourself first, of course. Now, you have weed, cocaine, amphetamines, and MDMA. So we're going to... let's go with MDMA. Those are the party drugs.
Latini.
And there you go.
Oh.
That's simple. You bought drugs. $400 bucks. That's a lot of money. Sure, what do you want? I got it all. Uppers, downers, you name it. Thanks, dude. Okay, so that's how you buy drugs. Okay? That's how you buy drugs. And I'm going to have her also... Stop drinking. Have her also introduce herself to the drug dealer, because she wants to be a drug dealer herself. And that helps. If you're friends with a drug dealer, that's how you become a drug dealer. Through, I don't know, they're going to help you become a drug dealer. So she's going to introduce herself as well. Hi, how you doing? I want to be a drug dealer too. Oh, really? No, I'm kidding. But she's going to click on him, and very simply... Oh, she already introduced herself. Come on. Okay. Now I go back into the basemental drugs. You can grow weed on your own. I'll show you how to do that in a second. I'm just gonna buy weed real quick because it's easier. Another thing that you can do, go back all the way over here, is that in the little buy mode here, you go to all, and we go to custom content. Is you can just grab the drugs right here. You don't have to get a drug dealer. You can just grab drugs here. So, of course, it's very expensive. It's not very cheap. So, keep that in mind. Now, here are the cannabis seeds. You can get them by ordering seeds online, very simply. I'm just going to buy them from buy mode real quick because it's easier for me. Oh, I forgot to do something else. Because they're seeds, you can grow them. And when you grow them, you harvest it, and you're able to put it in baggies, and then you can sell it. But because she bought pot, it's easier for her to sell that pot, because it's something I want to do. What was I doing? Oh, right. I gotta go to the pots. Put the pot in the pot. Anyway, she simply has to open that in her inventory. Open. Stop talking. And then you can put it in the pot like any other plant. Just grab one of them, put them in there, teleport her here, and plant. So she can just simply plant it and grow it, and eventually it'll be a beautiful, thriving cannabis plant that she can harvest from and sell drugs to people. Now, the first drug that you always are able to sell is pot. That's just easy. Easy, simple. You don't need anything special to sell that.
Oh.
But
Ina.
if you, let's perhaps put that in her inventory, she wanted to sell MDMA, she'd have to become like almost best friends with a drug dealer, right? So I'm just gonna make her best friends real quick with the drug dealer. There. Now she's best friends with him. So wherever he is, where'd he go? It's probably with the boy. There he is. Okay. So have her teleport here, right? Let's say she wants to be a different type of drug dealer. She doesn't just want to be a pot dealer. She wants to adventure. She wants to, branch out. The best thing she can do to branch out is to ask the local drug dealer that she's now best friends with about selling drugs. Because she has, she can do it anyway. Ah, cool. Well, I'm going to go with MDMA because that's what I have in my inventory right now. I'm going to ask about selling that. So she's going to ask about that.
Alright. Lenarga maybe. Way bow.
Yeah. So she's going to ask about that.
So.
She's like, how do I sell this? He's like, oh, simple. This is how you sell it.
Balane, Kuza Chuva.
Oh, whoopee gorge.
And because she asks about that,
Cool.
she will gain
Cool.
the MDMA drug dealing skill. You have to have this skill to be able to sell the drug. Because the higher the skill is, the more ability she's able to sell to people with less and less friendship. Right now, because she's on level 1, she has to have like almost best friendship with random people that she wants to sell the drug to. So I'm going to teleport her here, introduce herself to this person, and I'm going to have her try and probably fail to sell MDMA to this person. Okay, yes, no teleport. Alright. Where is she? There she is. GeekCon just happened, so, you know, all the nerds are here. Okay, so she's introduced herself to her. And you can hook on the drugs. And you can sell weed. Automatically. That's just normal. But she said no. She's angry about that. So, she doesn't like that. So we'll just make her friends real quick with each other. So they're friends. Need for some weed, dude? Oh my god. That's just funny. Now that they're best friends, she'll be like,
Hey, Finn.
yo, drugs? Totally, you're my best friend. I totally trust you.
Oh.
I'll totally buy drugs from you now that we're friends. Peer pressure is the best. Yeah, totally. Alright, now she's totally accepting of that, right? Now, you can't sell the MDMA if it's in the bottle. You gotta open the bottle. So, just letting you know. If you got, like, if you're confused about that, you're like, wait, I have the drugs in my inventory. Why can't I sell them? You have to open them. To a certain degree. You have, if, like, you have pot, don't open that because it has to be in a baggie. If you have cocaine, don't open it to the point where it's lines. Open it until it's to the point of in the baggie. Because if you open too much, then it's too raw for you. You'll be able to use it instead of sell it. But to be able to sell drugs, you have to open them so you can see the drugs right there. So now she can click on her friend and sell or share. I forgot about that. You can share drugs. About that. She doesn't have a high enough skill, it looks like. She has a very low skill with MDMA, so she may not be able to sell that one. This is a hard drug. So she can only share it with her friends. But if she had like cocaine or amphetamines, she might be able to sell that. But she has to have a higher enough skill. To get the high skill, you have to continuously try to sell the drug. The more you sell and the more you handle the drug, the higher your skill becomes. And when the skill is like 10, you become the ultimate drug dealer. Everyone's just like, I don't know you, but I'm totally going to buy drugs from you because I trust you. So there's that. It also probably helps if you have charisma because you can just make friends with people like in a snap. So there's that. Another thing that you want to do is for drug addicts, if you want them to be super hardcore drug addicts, continuously have them use the drug throughout a few days. Do not do it like repeatedly, like every single moment, because I'll show you what happens if you do that. I'm going to have him take a pill, right?
Domi Vayan.
If you take too many pills in a row,
Brinia Hispalu.
just do drugs, bro. Just become a giant. He's going to take a bunch of drugs all at once.
So.
Take the pill.
Fumu.
Take the pill.
Kwazaru.
Take the pill.
Jongi. Jar.
It's not happening, but you can overdose, and if you overdose, they will die. Or just get sick. Two things happen. Like, they either become super sick or they die. And that's that. But, actually, I think you were used to be able to be addicted to MDMA, but I don't think you can anymore. But anyway, the point is that after a period of days, if you continuously have your sim do a certain drug, maybe not pot, because I don't think pot is addictive, but definitely cocaine, and amphetamines. But if they continuously do the drugs throughout a couple days, they will become addicted, and they will need the drug after that, and they'll start becoming very uncomfortable much more easily if they don't get that specific drug. You can't do it too many times, because if you do it too many times in a day, they can overdose and die. So remember that. Another thing is that they can give them extreme emotions, and those extreme emotions can also lead to their death, which is basically like an overdose as well. Another thing that you might want to remember is that if your sim is addicted and is desperate for the drug, like, they don't have any money and they don't know how to get the drug, their local drug dealer will accept wicked whims as a payment, which is an interesting thing because it makes it more realistic, because you are literally becoming a drug addict to the point where you're willing to sell your body to get drugs. And basically that's the gist of it. That's how you do it. You can order seeds online. You can go in your inventory or your buy mode or build mode and just buy it. Buy drugs right there. Not pot. You can buy the seeds to grow the pot. But yeah, you can't really do anything more than that. If you want to sell hardcore drugs, you have to talk to a drug dealer, and he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I totally teach you, bruh. Yeah, I'll teach you how to sell those drugs," and then you become the local drug dealer, if you so choose to. So that's just that simple. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this, that's great. I'm making a series to the point where I'm going to be making these tutorials for all sorts of different mods. I think my next mod is going to probably be Wicked Whims, so that way people know how to use it and even all the settings and stuff. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned something. Bye!